A very good morning to all of you, my young ones. Yes, we have entered into the second phase of our academic year. So, a warm welcome to all of you. Now we are going to deal with the sixth chapter of Honeycomb, that is, expert detectives. Sharada Dwivedi is a Mumbai-based author, born on 6th February 1942. She was a historian and researcher as well. She has written several books on Indian history and culture, and of course on Mumbai too. She died in the year 2012. Well, Expert Detectives by Sharada Dwivedi is an exciting story about two detectives with a talent for spotting evidence more imaginary than real. It is an extract from the novel The Broken Flute. In the story, Maya plays the role of the narrator. Well, we have three main characters. Nishad, a 7-year-old boy, who is also called Seven, his sister Maya, who is just 10 years old, and Sunat, their suspect. They become expert detectives. Their mother is a doctor with her clinic. Mr. Nath, the principal character and lives in Shankar's house alone, is under her treatment. Ramesh takes tea and meals from the restaurant to Nath's room regularly. Nath pays cash and also tips to the bearer well. Now, our children go ahead to collect information about Nath. They think Mr. Nath is a mysterious person. Means difficult or impossible to understand. He has no friends there. Nishad has a bit of sympathy for Nath. His approach in this case is sensible and reasonable as well. The narrator is pretty sure that Mr. Nath is an escaped crook, say, a criminal. Nishad is doubtful. He wants to discover the truth, and he collects a lot of information in the case. The narrator has got a ready answer to all Nishad's doubt. She thinks that Nath is a rich man. He has perhaps got millions of rupees locked in some trunks in his room. She assumes the dark scars on the face of Mr. Nath also might have got during a shootout with the police. But Nishad contradicts her instead. Mummy had told him that they were burn scars. He recollects. One day, Seven goes alone to his mama's clinic at Kirkham. He gets upset to see Mr. Nath, who looks so thin, poor and starving. He goes to Mr. Nath's room and puts a bar of chocolate in the man's hand. He collects one more clue about Mr. Nath's routine. Ramesh told him that on every Sunday he carries 2 lunches to Mr. Nath's room, and the same visitor is with him each time. The tall, fair and stout visitor talks a lot, whereas Mr. Nath simply listens. But he cannot imagine that Nath is a crook. Well, we are moving to the second part of the story. The second part, the narrator Maya makes a long list of all the information they have collected about that kid. She reads it out for Nishad. She goes on preparing a long list, like for the first she says that they do not know what Mr. Nath's first name is, but they must discover it. Secondly, the other tenants at Shankar's house say that Nath is mad, strange and friendly. And for the third point, she makes it very clear he doesn't talk to anyone. And for fourth, he is under Mama's medical treatment, so he has to be polite to the children. Otherwise not. And she continues saying, he receives no letters. He has been living in room 10 for more than a year. He doesn't work to earn his livelihood. He has no visitor. Only on Sunday a fair white man comes to him for lunch. And for the last point, she makes it clear vehemently, food and tea are taken to his room by Ramesh from the restaurant, the distributors, and he is being bribed. But Nishad doesn't pay much attention to the Maya's list of facts. He only pities that poor man is without any friend. She argues that the Sunday visitor must be Nath's partner in crime and comes on Sunday to give a part of the ill-gotten money to Mr. Nath, and Mr. Nath bribes Ramesh to keep quiet about his criminal activities. Now, Nishad doesn't quite agree with the narrator of stating her stand that he would not cooperate with their investigation if she did not stop him calling Mr. Nath an escaped criminal. In his opinion, the purpose of their inquiry is to find out why Mr. Nath is so thin and lowly. He declares that he likes Mr. Nath and he will try to befriend him. The narrator, Maya, laughs at the madness of Nishad. She warns him that the police would take him also to jail along with his friend. Nishad walks out of the room quietly. The end of the story seems vague, and the intention of Nishad is not clarified. And this is the end of our story. And we wind up here. We will meet in the next class. Until then, wish you all good luck. God bless you all.